Alright guys, so in one of my videos with the Cub Cadet, people were asking about really tall grass, how it works with that. And in general, I usually don't let it get overgrown. But this summer, combination of using Carbonex and just not having time to keep up with mowing, it's pretty tall. So I'm going to use the Cub Cadet. I'm going to do a pass and show the side by side, and we'll see how this thing does with mulching. It's got the mulching kit on it, so let's try it out.
So you really can't tell how tall the grass is. It's about 7 or 8 inches tall, but first I'm going to do just a pass back and forth so I can show down the line of where it's been cut and where it hasn't, so you can just see just how thick it is. And I mean, it's the Carbonex, so if you do use that product during the summer, be prepared.
Alright, so the grass is this long. I don't know where my tape measure is, but let's take a look. So this is at 3.5 inches. So overall, I mean, it's doing a pretty good job for 3.5 inches. Now, because I'm a little perfectionist, and because my yard's so small and it's so quick, I'll probably go over it twice. So I'm going to do the whole yard and then we'll review. I'm going to do it twice. I'm cutting at 3.5 inches. I would say it's probably around 7 inches tall now. And maybe I'll leave a little spot so that way it can get the tape measure out, but let's do this. I just want to play with it.
Alright, so this front section I'm going to be cutting at 3.5 inches, and then the second pass I'm raising it up to 3 3/4 of an inch. And so just like when I do the push mower, I'm setting the initial height at the height that I want the grass to be and then raising it up a notch, and it's mulching just any clumps or whatnot. Now honestly, the Cub Cadet, I did feel like it did a good job just one pass, but I'm the type of guy who, like, I really want it to look nice, and even though technically speaking you really shouldn't have to double cut it and go from 7 or 8 inches down to 3.5. You know, I still expect the lawn to look nice even when I'm basically, I mean, it is abusing the lawn here. It's not good to do this regularly like I have been. So I've been actually shocked that the Kentucky bluegrass has been thriving despite me knocking it down like this every week. And I mean, I didn't do a split test, so I can't 100% know. It's the Carbonex, it could have been the humic that I've been putting down, could have been all that, but the lawn is looking fantastic this year, despite me really not properly taking care of it. But now that I got the Cub Cadet, I'm going to mow it, you know, whenever it actually needs to be cut. I'm not going to break the 1/3 rule anymore, and so there shouldn't be any clumping, but even this amount of grass, I mean, that's doing a great job. So no signs of scalping or anything, no yellow blotches from knocking it down 3.5 inches. So overall, I'm really impressed with both the grass and this machine. Now in the side yard, what I'm doing is I'm mowing it at 3 3/4 of an inch, and then I'm knocking it down to 3.5 inches. So I was just curious to see if using the Cub Cadet, since it's got such a powerful motor, it might actually be able to handle it going down in this way. When I was doing landscaping professionally, this is how we always did it. We would knock it down in increments, and I think it's because the power of these ride-on type mowers, they can handle it, whereas the push mower, you got to do that little trick to be able to handle the clumping.
Alright, so this time on the side yard, I actually did it at 3 3/4 of an inch height, and then I went over it at 3.5, and then over on this side I did 3.5, and then 3 3/4. So the difference is this one I raised the height on the second cut, and that one I lowered the height. So you can see now, don't see these clumps. This is from when I mowed last time. It was wet and I had to double cut. But overall, this is looking pretty good. You can see by the road all the grass. But there is clippings here from the dead grass coming up. So around this time of year, Kentucky bluegrass will start shedding. And so it looks like that has begun. And so I'm curious to see if, because this has a bigger engine, I think that's why, if you look here, it's still got some shedding, but it looks like it's better cut up. And I think the reason is because I did it here and then I lowered it down and it mulched it up, and that engine's able to handle all that clumpage and still make it look nice. But when you're doing a push mower, I find doing it the method I did over here is a lot better because it's got a smaller engine. But if you got something like this, just cut it, take it down to the next notch or a couple down or whatever you got to do, and then the final cut, do your final height. So this really, I mean, it handled it very well. It's nice and mulched up, way better than bagging. I don't know if you'll be able to see the stripes. Sort of can see the stripes. I went over it different ways and it's not really showing it. But yeah, look at this. That was wicked tall just a few minutes ago. Now I got to figure out how to get it in the backyard to do the backyard.
If you like my videos, you'll love my website, grassdaddy.net. The Lawn Care Planner tool will download the local weather reports every morning and build a lawn care plan catered to your area. The Lawn Care Journal allows you to keep track of what you put down, when you put it down, so there's no more guessing or over or under applying any products. We also have a Lawn of the Week contest. Every week a winner gets a Grass Daddy t-shirt. And last but not least, there are application calculators and articles to help you identify and tackle problems in the lawn. So check it out, it's completely free, it's grassdaddy.net.